Hello VC. In this episode I'd like to talk about some albums. Some albums which might not necessarily be remembered, maybe forgotten. Some albums which are commercially successful, which might not necessarily get much mentioning on the VC community. So let's get started. These were two albums which I brought. They're perhaps two of my very early ones I've ever brought actually, and that's Cast, All Change. This is actually a pretty good 90s album actually. Cast are a Liverpool band. I'm not sure which member it is, but I think one of the members from the LA's joined Cast or formed Cast, and they had a few good hits actually. Cast, Alright is on here, the first track, very good song. Promised Land, Sandstorm, Tell It Like It Is a good song. Four Walls, Walk Away, which is a very very good song. Came out sort of mid-90s, 95, 96, that sort of time. The second one, Mother Nature Calls, came up pretty much a year or so after the other one. Live the Dream on here I don't think was released, but it's a very very good song, Live the Dream. It's got the hit single Free Me, and Guiding Stars, also a very good song. It's a good album, both very good albums. I'd like to mention Coldplay. Their first few albums were very very good, brilliant actually. And I brought the first one when it came out, and that was in 2000, and that's 19 years ago. I haven't really listened to Parachutes for quite a while now, and I put it on and I've forgotten how good of an album this is. I mean, this is brilliant. The songs on here are just so well done and well written, well sung. Everything sounds good. Don't Panic, Shiver, Spies, Sparks. Yellow is just a great song. I remember buying the single. Trouble, fantastic song. There's not a bad song on here. So it's been 19 years since this came out. Next year it will be its 20-year anniversary. It might be worth picking up and giving it another listen and appreciate how good of an album Parachutes actually is, because I actually forgotten. I know it's a good album, but I forgot how good of an album it is. And of course their follow-up is just outstanding. A Rush of Blood to the Head has the song In My Place. It's a great song. The Scientist, The Scientist alone is worth picking up for. I mean, it's such a very very good song, The Scientist. I think this is their best ever song, The Scientist. Yeah, just wanted to give a bit of a shout out to Coldplay. Their early albums were great, and they kind of not quite as good as they used to be. They kind of perhaps a bit too commercialised. But the first three albums are excellent. I've given this a listen. Electric Larryland by the Butthole Surfers, and it's a very very good album. And yeah, it's got Pepper, which was a #1 in the US, and The Lord is a Monkey, which is a very good song. It's a very good album throughout, and there's not a lot of albums out there perhaps are song for song make it a good album, you know what I mean, where every song is decent, and this is. So yeah, one worth mentioning. Barenaked Ladies are a Canadian band, been going on for perhaps over 20 years, more than that actually. Stunt came out around about 98. I'm not quite sure how many albums they've done before Stunt. They've done quite a few, I believe. Gordon was their first, and I reckon that's perhaps their best. But Stunt is a very, very good album to have. 1 Week is a great song. All Been Done, Light Up My Room, I'll Be That Girl, Leave, Alcohol. It's not, no song is bad. All the songs are good. I definitely worth recommend picking this one up if you hadn't already. And also the one after this, Maroon, is also a very, very good album. Yeah, again, no bad song on here. Pinch Me, Falling for the First Time, Baby Seat. I love the song Baby Seat, and yeah, I recommend this one as well. Brian Wilson, Imagination. This came out in the 90s, I think around about 98. I put this on in my front room this week, and the sound of this just fills the room up. It's such a good sounding album. I mean, it's not a brilliant album, I'm not saying that it's fantastic, it's a good album. It's got some good songs on there, and a lot more recently, about 2015 I think, he released No Peer Pressure, and this possibly could be the very last album he released, and this as well is a good album. On an Island featuring She and Him is a very, very, very nice sounding song, and The Right Time, which features El Jardine, is excellent. So I recommend these two, Imagination and No Peer Pressure. Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. And Athlete. Does anyone remember Athlete? They had a hit years ago with the song Wires. They've had one or two others. This was an album which came out before that song, and it's called Vehicles and Animals. And this too is a good album. It's a good listen throughout. El Salvador, West Side, 1 Million, Beautiful, You've Got the Style, all good songs. It's worth picking up. You see this in a thrift store or charity shop, you know, it's a good album to have. It's a good listen. I recommend this one. And Ash. This was a very good, commercially successful album, this copy of mine. Free All Angels is actually signed by the band, which is quite cool to have. I think this doesn't really get much of a mention on the vinyl community or CD community. It's a bit, I think it's a bit forgotten album. It's a very, very good album. All the songs on here are very, very good. Walking on Barefoot, Shining Light, good song. Burn Baby Burn, Candy was a hit. Cherry Bomb, Submission, Someday. Yeah, highly recommended. If you don't have anything of Ash and you're interested, this might be a good place to start. It's a very good album. And that, at the moment, is it. Until next time, have a very nice Christmas, and I will see you shortly in the future. Bye for now.